All right, in this video, we're gonna be going to check out an epic home studio setup. This is proper home studio in a bonus room, just like my studio, but a bigger bonus room, let's say. And today's guest is Brandon Lay. Brandon Lay is a country music artist. He is a songwriter and a producer and somewhat of an engineer. He's got a really cool home studio setup, much like my own, and it was a lot of fun going to check out his place. He has a really dope house. I'm gonna put a link to Brandon's social media down below, his Instagram, his YouTube channel. Go follow him on YouTube specifically. I'm trying to encourage him to get more into the YouTube space as an artist and a creator and show some of the behind the scenes of how he makes his music in his home studio on his own as an artist. And this was a really fun video to do. So again, thank you, Brandon, for having me. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button, comment down below. Let me know what you think of Brandon's studio setup. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this. I've got links to all the gear I use here in my space, down linked in the description. Right at the top, it's all the gear in my studio. If you're curious, we're doing some wild stuff here on the channel very, very soon. So make sure you have the notifications turned on. Only other thing I'll mention is I have the studio kit drum samples if you're looking for some nice drum samples and a bunch of loops that you can use for songwriting, making tracks. The samples are obviously fantastic for mixing. Let me know if you want to see some videos on that. I think maybe we should make some videos using the samples in some mix scenarios. So let me know if you'd want to see that down below. All right, let's go check out Brandon Lay's epic home studio.
Hey y'all, it's Brandon Lay. Welcome to my little honey hole studio. Hope you guys enjoy the tour with Mr. Andrew Masters.
Tell me, what is this room? Are we above a garage?
Yes, we are above a garage. This room is pretty much a compilation of Craigslist parts, basically. A lot of it is stuff from the road that we ran analog touring, and just kind of morphed its way into a studio. And like most studios, it's, you know, over time kind of built up to what it is now.
Luxury for the amount of square footage you have up here, man. This is great.
It is. We went ahead and finished it out since it would be cheaper at the time. But yeah, it's kind of been one little, I grew up going to yard sales with my mom a lot. And so I feel like now with the invention of the internet marketplace, I could probably retire if it wasn't for it. But it's been fun to kind of find, you know, little knickknacks here and there and get it to where it is. But the main point of all of it is to make the best music you can. So
absolutely,
yeah, I'm blessed to have it.
Well, it's all one space, as we can see here, but you've kind of got it separated into three little spots.
It is. It's kind of going with the flow of the room. This, to me, I had big ambitions first coming in here to do, you know, full albums, bands, and eventually I do want the drum set here. But it's kind of morphed into more of a creating room instead of a, you know, recording room as far as a songwriting stance, and to have guys and girls out here that I like to write with. And one of my big things, I didn't want to divide the space between sit down and writing, like a lyrical space, and then obviously where we're gonna have a beat or big guitars going, because I'm a fan of writing with loud noises. You know,
yeah.
I did writing in town for 10 years with guys in these, you know, these publisher rooms where you just go in and strum a guitar, and that's a lot of great songs can come from that. But me, I like being in a more comfortable space with some music blaring. So that's kind of what this place is about.
Yeah, it's definitely got a nice homey feel, much more than those, I know the rooms you're talking about.
Yeah, that can be a little sterile. My wife has been letting me kind of run with it, but going for like a 80s executive kind of look. I guess I want everything to look like it did when I was 5, and that's probably something I should go see somebody about. But big early 90s guy. So like this chair right here, I bought for $40. And I met an old man in the parking lot to get it, and he told me it was black, and I got there and it was blue as all can be, and he said, "Oh no, it's black." And so, make a long story short, I dyed it black and didn't think that would work, but so far it's held up. So there's my black chair. The foundation of kind of how this room is taking shape as far as making music was these cabinets right here. The whole horseshoe, the racks. I found there was a studio in Birmingham, Alabama, downtown, that was shutting down, and so these were advertised for a really great price. So I took my band trailer and got down there and realized that these were all built in 1991 inside the studio.
Wow.
So I had to make a trip to Lowe's, and I bought a reciprocating saw and just cut it in a few pieces and dragged it out of my trailer, and
wow.
Got it up here My dad is actually still convinced it's going to fall in any minute because of the weight, but it is nice and sturdy.
Sincere fear that I have about my room as well.
You have like a piano or just all the gear?
Dude, it's right where, it's actually right where my chair is.
Oh,
If
perfect.
it feels like there's no beam in that one spot where the rest of the room feels fine, but if you just tap your foot a little bit, the whole desk and everything on the speakers starts shaking, and I'm like,
you might call somebody about that.
I know, it's a rental, so I'm like,
yeah, it's a rental. Let it fall through. No, that's crazy. That just means you're making some good rock and roll right there.
How long have you been in here?
We've lived in this house for a year and a half, and I'd say this is kind of, to be honest, really only like it is now for 6 months. I honestly had 3 Apollo X8Ps and LA2As and 1176s, and so it's kind of ironic that you're here now, because I was watching the Produce Like a Pro, Warren Hewitt, and he had a good point of like, if you have just really great gear sitting around and you're not using it, it's collecting dust. Like, I know nobody wants to hear this, but he was like, you can always get it again. That's kind of the approach I took. Like, I was going to do the full band stuff. That's why I had so much interface power. But I decided, like, for where I'm at in my career now, songwriting, I just need something I can get to quick. And I'm distilled down to that Apollo Twin now.
Are you rocking in Logic or Pro Tools? What do you like?
Logic, just because I'm a redneck hipster. So. Most of this stuff, like, I love outboard gear, even when I'm doing simple stuff. That's like just turning the knobs, like, oh yeah, I think that's right. If you have somebody come and sing, you know how it makes you feel when you get to like turn the knobs.
Sure.
A little more 4K, and like really feel like you know what you're doing. And anybody that's watching this knows what I'm talking about. So I definitely am a fan. I had the opportunity to acquire this gear, most of it, the good stuff anyway. When I was on tour with Kenny Chesney back in 2018, we were playing stadiums, and had the opportunity to have a little fund, if you will, to go analog, which was kind of a hybrid. Because we were just running a Midas M32 out front, going through some of this stuff first. But yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's been fun getting it set up. I'm just trying to make the best music I can out of it.
You are a songwriter, artist, touring, successful country artist, right?
Yeah.
That's how you would describe it, right?
Yeah, country artist, yeah.
This room for you, what were the expectations with making it, and how's that going?
At the time, I won't say frustrated with things. I just wanted to do things different. And at the time when I made this, I wanted to have my band in here, my road band, and cut records. That was the goal. And if they couldn't, have got friends from town come in and be able to make real records where I pretty much could be self-contained. I think that was the whole thought process with it. For where I'm at right now, songwriting and having co-writers come over and stuff, it's kind of streamlined just to whatever can create the fastest, and then we can worry about the rest later, because that's what I'm doing. 50% of my time is writing, and the other 50 is like, building a little track out or something. And basically, it's, I'm that guy that has all those buttons that, like, I don't even know what they all do. I just like them. Like, I think I have a little bit of that in me. I do enjoy writing a song in the morning, by 8 o'clock that night, actually having something tangible that sounds like a song. So that was kind of the main goal is, hey, I need to step up my work tape game. So that's kind of what this has turned into.
Kind of out here in the sticks, so it's...
Yeah, it's an expensive deer stand, really. And I'm going to kill a deer out of this window. I'm not even a big deer hunter guy.
You can, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not breaking any rules, but I'm like, there's deer stands out in the woods, but I'm like, why would I go do that when... I don't know. Hopefully you don't read about me in the paper or something.
Tell me about this piano over here.
I acquired this through marriage, as well as my Pomeranian I was telling you about.
Yeah.
It's my wife's baby grand. We had it tuned for my birthday a couple of years ago, but of course it's moved twice since then and needs it again. But the last guy that came out said he didn't really know much about it, but it was well over 100 years old, he could tell. You know how a little bit of out of tune is really cool. Like, I think this just kind of takes it to the next level a little bit. So I'd probably roll with it on some stuff. My wife's like, it's a little too much to be cool. So who knows? My birthday's coming up.
Is the guitar your primary instrument?
Yeah, I just slap at acoustic most of the time. But my favorite guitar that I play, when I can keep it in tune, is definitely this Les Paul Studio I got back in 2011. And this is kind of a workhorse around here. It's my power chord machine, man. And anybody that's played for me, band members or producers I've worked with, they know no matter what the song. I like a big windmill here or there.
Dude, that is beautiful.
Thank you. Gibson's been really nice to me, and gave me some of these acoustics to play. J35 and the songwriter, and then this Taylor. When I moved to town, my high school basketball coach really encouraged me. He helped me put my first band together.
Oh, no way.
He sent me to town with this brand new Taylor. It's a GS8, so it's a special guitar.
You got a Taylor. What's this one back here?
It's a J35. And I am no bass player, but that's the best $90 I've spent.
The Silvertone?
Yes. Yes, it's the best $90 I've spent in a long time.
Heck yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've never played this one or this Johnson right here. I bought them the other day at an auction for $35 for both of them. So we don't have to spend too much time talking about that. And it's kind of like my effects rack here. It was like I heard a church was getting rid of all their outboard gear, and I rode my motorcycle up there because I was like, I want to get this deal. I don't want anybody to take it. And put them all in the saddlebags. And like I've only used the Rev 100 and the Roland, but the rest are still mystery. So full transparency. So they just things have kind of been acquired from here and there.
I mean, there's probably some golden stuff in here.
You know what I can't wait to try? If anybody has one of these, the Harmony Machine, I just think there could be something really unique on the track there, but
oh yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to hook up the patch bays and
get
it all going now.
Exactly. I'll look at that thing and sweat. So one day maybe my workflow would get a bigger interface again and put that thing to work. But that's what it's outfitted for. It was to eventually do full bands in here and kind of not have to rely on anything else. But I'm sure other people can relate.
You've got plenty of gear in here. Lots of compressors. You got the transient designer. That's one of my favorites over here.
Do you like that on like snare?
I've actually loved using it on drum room mics, and you just suck the attack completely out of it and then completely exaggerate the sustain, and it gives it this big but there's no transients on it, so all your close mics hit the transients, and then the room just does this crazy breathing, pumping thing that is super cool. And maybe the mixer turns it down or whatever, but it works great on fills and on the big choruses and stuff like that.
Oh, hey, that's a good thing to know. Good thing to know.
This guy Kurt Schneider, I watched do it on a session with Aaron Sterling, playing drums, and we used these big 440 ribbon mics out in the room, and he put it through that and it literally turned the attack all the way down, the sustain all the way up, linked him, and it was like, whoa, that is crazy.
That did something. That's cool. We ran that on Kick and Snare live. Obviously, I was up on stage. I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea what he was doing. Probably just playing with the buttons. Who knows?
So this is a lot of this gear came from the the live rig.
Yeah, this was almost all of this was live rig. And then when you look at some of the more budget friendly gear, this was from my frat party days. I had a motorhome and a 16-foot trailer, and we carried our own PA, and I had some Yorkville subs that just saved the day. But that's how I kind of got interested in outboard gear, because we had a Mackie 24/8. Reverb right here was like my best friend. We were just playing college parties, and we had every country, cowboy, redneck theme party from here to Los Angeles. Like, we were those people. Like, they called us to come sing John Deere Green. Like, I'm your guy. And I got into just these EQs, and my boy Daniel Eubanks was tour managing and running sound, and so we just kind of started getting a little nerdy with it.
A super high band EQ, Ashley 31 band graphic EQ.
Yeah, they're pretty solid for. Of course, we needed something that was like fireball proof all the time,
Sure.
and hay proof and everything else. But those were really dependable,
Yeah, so you got some of the warm 412s on here. I know a lot of guys that love that stuff on drums.
Yeah, that's what we use them for. My buddy Aaron Essice uses them on vocals, though. He said he loves them.
I'm biased to these ones that they do. I literally have 12 channels of these. These are my
Do you really?
favorite.
That's what I'm running that Manly through right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you got this guy, the Reference, right?
Uh-huh.
This thing is beautiful.
Thank you. I see it more and more places. I mean, They're very popular, as you know, but my buddy Paul DiGiovanni, we were co-producing a record together, and he got me turned on, and like, I don't know that, I could be totally saying this wrong, but like felt like the 3 to 5K just had more like bite, and I'm more of a baritone, and so I felt like it kind of lifted some of that mud out of my voice and got some crunch on it, and so I was always just, you know, fond of this mic, so I went and bought one off Craigslist.
Heck yeah.
Like what else would I do?
I love you got it clipped right to the counter too.
Man, yeah.
Super functional.
Super functional, yeah. Just push it right out of the way and pull it down for acoustic, and it's super nice to be able to roll out from it, and it's been a workhorse for sure.
So did you, when you put this room together, did you have any experience doing this, or did you bring someone in to help? Or?
Oh, no experience. I had a small setup at our other house, but it was just making whatever the room was, really. We didn't really build it for this.
Yeah.
Because I had aspirations of a detached studio eventually, and so this was just gonna kind of be for the time being, but I tend to either go all out or not, and so that's kind of what this, you know, this was the room, and we're gonna go for it, because I know I'm gonna be here a lot longer than, we're not gonna build anything detached in the next, you know, couple of years, so might as well get cozy here. So, no, putting it together though, no, I just did what I thought I should do, but.
So did you make these panels? Because I
did.
You took some liberties here. We've got some some panels up.
That's
here.
a nice way to say it.
No, I mean these are good choices. You
well,
know? You got a lot of drywall. You gotta soak up. You know.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It
big old cloud in the middle of the room.
Yeah. These were 4x8 like pole barn insulation blocks, and then I just got some pad, and then went to Hobby Lobby and found the fabric. And
yeah,
you know, a lot of the thing, like if you look too close, you know what I'm saying, everything I own is like a 20-footer, you know what I mean? Like it looks real good, like any of my cars, my tractor, like this room, but don't look at it too close. But hey, as long as it functions, this can be my 20-footer studio.
What about these keyboards over here? This is a unique one.
I love this thing. I got it super cheap because it didn't turn on and it needed a battery soldered in it. And so I got it and put a new battery in it. It works great. And some guy from Argentina sent me some patches for it.
Oh, cool.
They were basically just, I guess, beefed up pads. Like he put chorus and reverb on them. And I can't even remember how I installed them, but they did make it sound a lot better. And this is like a Duran special, apparently. Because, of course, when I get a piece, I'm looking at them like, who famous uses this so I can tell everybody, you know?
Yeah.
And then this little guy, people know about these things.
Oh, yeah.
We were on our way to play a show in Virginia, and I was like, I'm going to find one of these on the way. And we were in the truck with the band and found one in Knoxville. And this was $300, and I think the Guitar Center down the road was like $350. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get a deal. Well, I got to this guy's house, and he found out that I played and sang, and he almost not let me out of his studio. It was almost like a Joe Dirt situation. Like I got back to the truck and the band guys were like, if you were in there for 5 more minutes, we were coming in. Like, anyway, so sometimes that can be a little sketchy, but it works.
Are you starting over here? You start like over there with a guitar. What's the process?
Well, if I am writing somewhere that it's just, another guy or girl with a guitar, then I'll take work tape back here and get crunching on it. But it almost has been the most beneficial to me for idea starters. Like if I come up here in the morning before I write, you know, I pull up three different tracks and do 3 different beats, and like one electric, one with the bass, and one with the acoustic, and they all have 3 different flares. Then all the ideas I put in my notes, I run through those to see if there's any matches or what it feels like, and then when I take it to a write and we're not in a studio, at least I can pull a voice memo up of it, and you can get a flavor and run with it.
Yeah.
But where it's been beneficial to me is just getting a song started, getting inspiration, you know, and that's like, as people know, the hardest thing to get. So to get up here and get inspired, it's worth a lot. I feel like it's helped my writing. No, usually like it helps me to have a drum beat, or if not, a big synth pad like that. Like when I hear these pads, I see colors, and then when I see the colors of the sounds, then I think of memories. It really does connect.
Yeah.
And without those sounds, man, I've done it for so long, just me and another guy, like Riverbank, you know, like I needed to, you know, I see lyrics when I hear those sounds. That's why, like, I'm with you on that. Like, you play a pad, and there's just so many different ways melodically and phrasing that you can do. But yeah, I like to have a beat, kind of, you know. My mom does not know anything about songwriting. She has good taste in music, though. She liked Bryan Adams and Chicago, that kind of music, Def Leppard. But she's like, it's got to have a good beat. It's got to have a good beat, you know. And I'm like, you know, when you're in music, every family member from here to your 8th cousin removed has the song idea you need to write. So, but some of it actually is good advice because they, you know, you can get too far in it. So, to my point, having a good beat is what I try to start off with. I'm naturally, as you can tell, pretty country, but I've always grew up near Memphis and Memphis rap and love everything, like everybody these days seems like, you know. So I get inspired with these hip hop beats, and and then I do like more of a country acoustic lick and go from there, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
And if anybody wants to cut it, or if I cut it, of course you can put it down with a you know, real drummer. You know, I used to put things in silos where I'm like, oh, if this has a hip hop beat, then nobody's gonna like this, or they're gonna think it's that, or, you know, like put it in a lane. But really, by the time it gets distilled down to the final product, like that hip hop beat that you started with, it can be as big a thing as you want it to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. I happen to just like the way it feels, and
that's cool.
You know, obviously it's not right for everything, but I've noticed that it's been a good contrast with some contrast, hopefully not trash, with some of my more country ideas that, you know, keep me out of a lane from, like, they hear me in acoustic and they hear my voice. Yeah. They're thinking like, I don't know, this guy's trying to be neo-traditional or whatever, when really I'm, you know, just trying to do the best song I can. I think that helps.
This computer, though, what's the deal with this computer? You got Saran wrap on it, and
I didn't know if we were gonna be close enough for you to make fun of me about this, but I guess we are now. Yeah, I'm like that old man that doesn't take the stickers off. Okay, look, we can do it right now. We can do it.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me that's been on there since you bought the computer?
Yeah, and as much dust as it's been around, look.
Oh, we gotta get this.
We'll get this.
No way.
Feel the pressure now, but yeah, it's been on there since 2017, and now that I've started, I guess I can't stop. But
it's gonna look so beautiful.
I know, it's gonna be brand new. See, this is why old men do this kind of stuff.
Were you gonna resell this at some point?
No, I'm just trying to keep my stuff nice.
Oh my gosh.
And it sat in a basement for a couple of years before we moved, so.
Oh, look at this guys. This is gonna be the intro to the video.
Golly. I've got something funny to tell you about doing this kind of stuff. I have look at that, a phobia of opening things in front of people. Oh, we'll talk about that another time. There you go.
Oh my God.
My wife is going to be so happy. She's going to already be your best friend, Andrew.
Look at this. Look at this room. I got to reshoot all the B-roll now. Okay, so you also got a proper pair of old school NS10s.
Yes, I did.
And then you got the HS8s?
HS8s, yeah. I love those things.
What are you living on more?
The HS8s. I have a Crown 1000 amp. I really would like, is it Bryson amp for my NS10s?
Yep.
I would like to get one of those, but the Crown works fine. I just use the HS8s.
This is sort of just like a special demo songwriting spot for you. And do you ever find yourself sending stuff off to being mixed by other people, or you ever have them come here?
You know, it's funny. If you're doing it from home, you know, like your first mixes that you want to put out as a release are self-conscious. But we just put out a Run Rudolph, and I mixed it here, and it's the first thing I've ever released that I've mixed. And I know it's kind of goofy, but we put it out just in time for Christmas, and it's like one of my best streaming things of the year. And so,
oh, nice.
And of course, when you hear it, there's like 19 tweaks you would make. But
sure,
you know, that's kind of what this year. Talk about resolutions here at the beginning of the year. I'd like to just keep challenging myself to get better as a mixer and soaking up knowledge from probably people that are watching this video. And it's just a special place to try to mix things down and just make songs sound as cool as they can be, and what their life may become. You know, you just never know.
You have any advice to other songwriters out there?
Ooh, yeah, I do. Keep writing alone. And I know if you're outside of Nashville, you probably are anyway, but I feel like, especially when I meet younger Belmont students and stuff, that you kind of get programmed to co-write, which is a great thing because it's a very collaborative town. But if I had any advice, my best ideas and my best songs, I feel like either came alone or got started alone, and then you can find somebody that can help you enhance it, but never stop writing alone. That's my only advice.
You know, if you're writing alone, do you need to kind of get yourself an Apollo and a little thing to be able to.
I would highly recommend a simple setup. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole new world when you get to hear your voice through these things are so good now. Get a little mic and an Apollo and a Mac and just start popping. You get excited about songs and you have them cut, and you have them mixed by some awesome engineers and stuff. But I think we were talking about it a little off camera. But sometimes the finished product can be a mile away from what you thought it was going to be, and so that's kind of why I wanted to get into this, is just to try to bridge the gap and also help create. But I'm still obviously learning a ton as a mixer. But I've tweaked so many mixes that I thought, man, maybe I should just give it a try. And so I was very reluctant to, but wish I would have sooner.
And then do you have any songs that people can go check out? Like what would you recommend someone who's never listened to Brandon?
Somebody who's never listened to me. Ooh, kind of put me on the spot. Cowboy with a Little Soul. It came out this summer. I would definitely listen to Dixie Highway Nights. I was able to put out a lot of music this year. I think we put 14 songs out this year. Which
wow, that's incredible.
Which in the previous 7 years before, we only put 14 songs out. So it's been a very satisfying year. So with that said, we just said we're going to drop our favorite stuff and touch it up a little, and split all the masters with whoever helped make it, and just share the love, because this town's been really good to me, and so it's been very satisfying to just pop them out. So yeah, y'all go check them out and tell me what you like, and I'm sure you hear enough what they don't like, but maybe tell me what you do.
I'll put links to all of your music and Instagram and all that cool stuff.
I appreciate it, man.
For people to check. Also, you're going to start a YouTube channel, or well, you got a channel with your music and stuff, but you're going to start posting some videos, right?
That's the goal. That's the goal. Yes, sir.
I have hopefully successfully pressured Brandon into going out on a limb and making some content. So if I have a link to it,
please,
when this goes up, I will put it right down here somewhere.
Awesome.
And go subscribe and watch it, because you're probably gonna love it.
Well, yes, check it out. Hope you do. And yeah, he's peer pressured me, and you know what? I'm looking forward to it. I've got tips by one of the best. So yeah, y'all check it out.
Awesome. All right, see you later, guys.